All right, today we are diving deep into the world of real estate. We're going to uncover where some of the smartest investors are finding absolutely incredible value. And let me tell you, it's often in places you'd least expect. Look, it's a feeling a lot of us have, right? You see the headlines about sky-high prices, and it's easy to think the whole market is just out of reach unless you're a billionaire. But is that the whole story? Exactly. That's the thing. While all the headlines are focused on moguls snapping up places in Miami or Aspen, the really savvy investors, they're playing a completely different game. They're finding amazing deals by steering clear of all that hype. So what is this different game they're playing? Well, it's a strategy that kind of goes against the grain. It's not about buying in the flashiest zip codes. It's about spotting a very specific kind of value gap. And here it is. It all boils down to this one simple idea: buying properties for way less than the state's median price. Now, this isn't just about bargain hunting for a cheap house. No, this is a really calculated move. So why on earth does this work so well? Well, you're essentially hunting for undervalued gems. That immediately positions you for more stable returns, really solid cash flow if you're renting, and this is the big one, huge potential for growth down the line as that market starts to heat up. Of course, it's not a silver bullet. You got to do your homework because these areas can have their own unique quirks you need to understand. Okay, so we've got this strategy down, but where is this actually paying off? Let's pull back and look at the top 5 states where investors are finding these incredible discounts right now. Go ahead, take a guess. Which states do you think would top this list? I'll bet the answer is going to surprise you. We're not talking about the usual suspects here. Let's just look at the data. Whoa! Just take a second and let that number sink in. In Michigan, investors are paying, get this, over 53% less than the state's median purchase price. That is a massive, massive gap and a huge sign of opportunity. And it's not just Michigan. Take a look at this list. There's a really clear pattern here, right? You've got Maryland, Virginia, Delaware, and Wisconsin, all of them showing these massive investor discounts of over 40%. The trend is pointing squarely at the Midwest and the Mid-Atlantic. Okay, so knowing the states is a fantastic starting point, but, any real estate pro will tell you the real magic happens on a much more local level. So let's zoom in from the state level, right down to the specific metro areas where the best deals are happening. And boom, this is where it gets even crazier. Look at Detroit, a mind-blowing 58% discount. And it's not an outlier. You've got Pittsburgh, which is having this incredible tech and healthcare renaissance, Baltimore with its super unique waterfront vibe, and then Cleveland and Milwaukee. All of them are these incredible legacy cities that are completely reinventing themselves, and every single one offers investors a discount of over 50%. This is ground zero for this value strategy. Since Detroit is sitting right there at number 1, we have to dig in. Let's do a quick case study. What is actually going on there that makes it such a hot spot for investors? First things first, let's just talk about the price tag. The median home in the Detroit area, just $268,000. Now compare that to the national median, which is way up there at over $424,000. We're talking a difference of more than $150,000 right out of the gate. That's a much, much lower barrier to entry. But here's the key. It's not just about being affordable. It's about what's coming next. I love this quote from a local associate broker, Erica Kolika-Swink. She says, "Detroit has momentum right now. That's something you can't manufacture." And that's it, isn't it? That's the secret sauce. You can't fake real momentum. So where is all this momentum coming from? Well, it boils down to 3 big things. You've got this amazing surge of creative energy, major companies expanding and bringing in jobs, and tourism hitting record highs, which is totally changing the city's economic picture. These are real drivers of growth. What's cool is that all this energy means there's a huge variety of opportunities for investors. We're talking everything from really creative projects like turning an old church into a home, to beautiful historic houses, small apartment buildings for rental income, and even brand new luxury spots. There's an entry point for almost any kind of strategy. Okay, so we've looked at the states, we've zoomed into the cities, we've even taken a deep dive into Detroit. What is the one crucial thing we should all take away from this? It's pretty simple, really. If you're looking for the biggest bang for your buck and trying to find real value, the data is screaming one thing. You should be looking at the Midwest and the Mid-Atlantic. That combination of low cost and high potential, it's just a perfect storm for smart investors. And, that really leaves us with one final big question, doesn't it? The places that are hot today, well, nobody was really talking about them a few years ago. So as the market keeps shifting and changing, where is the next Detroit or the next Baltimore going to pop up? That is definitely something to keep an eye on.